Hello friends, it's Sarah of Sarah's Tarot, and I am back today to do the the hashtag What Made Me Do It by Dragonfly Dilly, who I will tag down below as the original creator of this hashtag. I think that their video was baby's first hashtag, which is probably the best way to market it. Just putting that out there. But I think that it's really cute how they phrased it. And if you didn't see, I also tried to create a hashtag. Not really. I think I've seen videos of it before. But I wasn't sure of decks for the chakras, and I did a little introductory chakra information video with it. So go check that out if you haven't. But today, that's not the focus. Today's focus is the wonderful VR, the hashtag What Made Me Do It, to Dragonfly Dilly, and there are 10 prompts. I had actually thought about doing this VR when it came out a few weeks ago, and then I didn't like my answers, so I waited a little while, and then I'm back today. Heart, upside down heart, heart. Sorry, I get distracted. I thought I'd come back today and I would do it because I just watched whose video? Tarot and Oracle for the Soul. Another Sarah. Not the other, there are multiple Sarahs. I know that she is a Sarah with an H, and I believe Coyote Tarot is also Sarah with an H, so I just have to shout them both out because I am Sarah with an H, and we stick together. So I have my little key in the corner so that I know where my screen is. Whoever thought of that, you're a genius, just saying. But let's get right into it. The first prompt is Tarottube Made Me Do It. And the deck that I chose for this was a deck that none other than Sylvie from Tarot Magpie made me get. Not literally, but I saw this deck on Sylvie's channel, and was like, I need this immediately, and I showed this in a recent video, so I won't go through it too much, but look at the gilded edges, purple, beautiful, beautiful purple. Look at the backs, beautiful reversible backs, and the cards are kind of collage-y, but not really. I think it kind of just looks collage-y because there's a lot going on, so I'm mixing up collage type with just super busy because that's what I'm used to. But these cards are super magical. Like, look at this Three of Cups. What else do I want to say about this deck? I love the shape of it, even though it's long and skinny. The best way to shuffle, I find, is also doing overhand. I'm not actually going to do it because I would hit the camera, but you can do it this way also. You can do it side riffle shuffling, which I guess my deck is kind of impartial to how I shuffle, but that is how I do it. And this is Tarot of the Moon Garden, the deck that Tarottube, aka Sylvie, from Tarot Magpie, partially influenced me to get. And this is the borderless deck. This is the new version that came out. I should have said that. So the next prompt is My Heart Made Me Do It. Heart, bad heart, heart. And if you don't know that I'm going to choose this deck, that's probably accurate because I don't know if a lot of people know this is my deck, but it's the Alpaca Tarot. I know I talk about the Shadowscapes a lot, but this deck is just fantastic. Oh, I had to pause there for a second. Anyway, this deck I got on Etsy, I'm pretty sure. I love the inside. I love llamas and alpacas. Alpacas are one of my favorite animals. But this deck is super duper cute, and it's really illustrated. It's not, oh, the word is illustrated, pips. I need to remember that. In another video, I was like, what's the word? And the word was illustrated. I love how I remember that now. Anyway, there are alpacas on almost every card, and they're all, some of them are really funny. Like, look at this devil. He's just chilling. This Two of Cups is adorable. Queen of Wands. I know I've shown the 10 of Cups, but I'm gonna look for it again. The llama lion. Oh, maybe it's the 10 of Pentacles, because this is the 10 of Cups. Look at the baby llama. Anyway, the card I'm looking for is a card, like all the llamas with different outfits. The card I'm looking for is a card that has alpacas. Did I say llamas? I meant alpacas. There are 2 star cards? There are 2 star cards, guys. This one, the 10 of Pentacles. They have, it's the older alpacas, and then the alpacas have dogs. That's like the cutest thing ever. That is literally my favorite thing, and next to my significator card. Yeah. This deck. Flower alpaca. I know alpacas and llamas are different. Llama, lion, now that I think about it, was alliteration, and I'm just obsessed with alliteration. So, anytime I said llama, I meant alpaca. Disclaimer. So that deck is what my heart made me do. My head made me do it. This one I had trouble with. But my head, I was thinking more like logically. I was in need of a deck that was more expressive in a mindful way. And for me, that is none other than the Jupiter Power Tarot. And I will say, I wish I had the edition that had the green edges, but these ones have the silver edges. But first off, look at these backs and tell me that's not like mindfully expressive in like an artistic way, if you know what I'm trying to say. But these are the silver edges, and this is the deck, so it's all different shades of like green and blue, and each card, there are a lot of faces, but each card is super duper expressive and was created with the utmost intention, which I think is really important. And there's something just super special about this deck that makes me need to have it and need to use it. And I haven't used it in a while. The last time I used it was for my Aquarius season daily draws with the Creative Consciousness Healing Oracle. And that was a really good pair because that deck is purple and this deck is green and blue. So it was a nice little cool color party. But like, the colors are so pretty. The cards are so expressive and immersive. They're immersive in the fact that they are so simple that you can see what's going on. But at the same time, like in this card, you have to look closely. Like, I would have to look super closely to see what this is. But that's the Nine of Swords, so that kind of makes sense for it. And then I just want to look at the guidebook super quickly because I forget. Yep, the guidebook gives you the plant that's in each card, which I think is really cool. And it looks like there are some, oh, there's a poem for the Two of Cups. That's cool. I'm gonna have to explore this guidebook. But yes, this is my answer for my head made me do it. The next prompt is the title made me do it, and that is the Playful Heart Tarot. And I know a lot of us have seen this deck. A lot of us have this deck. I really want the Pipsqueak Marseille. That is my next purchase probably, even though that won't be for a while. But this deck is super pretty, is super cute and fun. It's a little difficult to read. Actually, it looks pretty good on camera and just not in person, like how I see it. But I guess I have a glare. So, this deck is super cute. It's super fun, super lighthearted, and the title Playful Heart is super duper representative of the deck, which I think is why I'm attracted to it and why I like it so much. I also love the name Kitten Chops. I think that's so cute. And, you know, if it has the word tarot in it, I'm probably there. So, that is the Playful Heart Tarot. Super colorful, again, super fun, super immersive. I keep using the word immersive. But yeah, super colorful. It draws you in. It's fun. And it's playful. And that, I think, is what Kitten Chops was going for. And they succeeded. So that is the title made me do it. The next deck is the artwork made me do it. And this I'm going to shout out, or this I'm going to use as a shout out for Abigail Larson, who did the artwork for the Darkwood Tarot, but she also did the artwork for the Horror Tarot, which is an Insight Editions deck, which I know can be kind of iffy, and I don't remember if it's illustrated pips or whatever, but backs, I know some people may not like that there's this big red border. I kind of like it. I think it frames the deck really well, but I love her art style. Her art style is just so magical. Okay, so they're illustrated pips, at least from what I see. But yeah, excuse me. A lot of people, I'm not sure if they would enjoy the red borders around it. This I'm thinking is one of the better Insight Editions decks, as just a side note. But yeah, I love Abigail Larson's artwork, and I think that this deck is a really good representation of it, because it kind of goes deeper than the Darkwood without being Darkwood. Or, sorry, I'm trying to think of the difference. They're different concepts, so this one goes deeper in a different way. And this one goes deeper in the horror way, whereas Darkwood goes deeper in the kind of mystical, mysterious way. So this is the Horror Tarot. I think it's really pretty. I love her artwork. I love the people that she draws. Like, look at this Lover's card. I'm sure the queens are beautiful. Yeah, Queen of Swords. She's beautiful. This is the one I was thinking of. I was going to say, we passed one. And I'm sure that was a good representation of a queen. I also love when the ribbon is large enough that you can do this, or you can cross it and put the book over, and then, ooh, big truck, and then you can kind of open it all at once. So anyway, that is the Horror Tarot, which is the artwork made me do it. The next deck is the Hype made me do it, and there are only 2 people that I have, like, memberships to now because I'm broke and can't afford it. And that is Sylvie at Tarot Magpie. I love their Patreon. And the other one is Avalon Cameron, who, if you don't know, is the creator of the Bone, or not the creator. She is the author for the Bone Stone and Earthflesh Tarot, and then Anna Torian is the illustrator. So together they created it, but she is one of the creators. She created the guidebook, and that guidebook is insane. That sealed the deal. So Avalon Cameron is currently obsessed with the Good Fortune Tarot, and I'm just gonna open it over here so I don't hit anything. But this guidebook is super duper immersive, and sorry, I was just double checking. This is the deck that Barbara Moore takes on the profile of Simone Benoit and makes like little comments throughout the book. So I think that this guidebook is also insane, the field guide. But the deck itself, the deck itself is also stunning and super duper, I want to use the word like creative and special, but I'm looking for a word with more meaning. This deck is very detailed and very much pays attention to the small things and takes on a new perspective. Like, look at this Death card. And look at this Six of Wands. Usually you don't see other people in the Six of Wands. At least from what I understand and from what I see. This Two of Cups is two men, which is fantastic. It's also really pretty. Yeah, I think this deck takes on a whole new aspect of the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, and that's what makes it so special. And that's why I was okay with giving into the hype and trusting Avalon Cameron and being like, okay, I'll get it. So that is the Good Fortune Tarot on the Llewellyn cardstock that is super duper nice. Super duper shuffly. Super duper beautiful. Good Fortune Tarot. The hype made me do it. Prompt number 7. My dark side made me do it. Oh my god, guys. I'm so funny because the deck I chose for this is the Solaris Tarot, which, if you don't know, this was a 2020 Kickstarter, and it's a Star Wars deck. I just hit the key. But, oh my gosh, this deck is absolutely stunning. I missed the Kickstarter, and then I spent a year trying to find it, and at the time I bought this, it was the most money I'd spent on a deck, and it was like $100. Guys, isn't that so funny? Oh my gosh. Guys, I have a really big crush on Adam Driver. So anytime I see him in this deck, I'm like, give me more. There's one, I think it's the Devil. I'm just gonna go through the majors, and then the minors are just illustrated. But like, look at him. Look at her. Look at them! Like, come on, guys. Come on. Anyway, I love Star Wars. I love this deck. I do not touch this deck, except for this video, apparently. Oh, he's looking right at me. Oh, she's looking away. No, I'm kidding. I barely use this deck because it's just so special, and it took me so long to get it and so long to find it that I'm like, I can never touch this. And that is my dark side, because I know that I can use it, and I probably will use it eventually, but my dark side says, no, you cannot use this. You can grab it with the Force and just stare at it for a while, but you can't actually touch it. That'd be funny. But yeah, that is the Solaris Tarot, which is my dark side deck, which is my Star Wars deck, which I think deep down, if there was a fire, this is the deck I would save. This and my Bone Stone. And I'm double checking in my Shadowscapes. Those are the 3 I would grab. But I was raised by a firefighter, so I know, do not go back in and save anything. And also, disclaimer, don't go back in to a burning building. And I know, I want to go on a whole rant about this. But I won't. Just, please be safe. Don't set your house on fire. Don't let your house catch on fire. I don't know. The ladder's more difficult. Anyway, prompt number 8. My inner child made me do it. And I haven't even opened this deck yet because it came in yesterday. And that is the Heartwood Tarot. So you guys get my first impressions. See? I didn't even take the thing off the cards. I've seen videos and everything about this deck, of course. But oh my goodness. Okay, so this is an extra card. This goes in my special cards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, and this goes in my blank cards. Okay, E3 are extra. Oh my gosh. And I'm so excited for their next deck also. But this is the Heartwood Tarot. This is the deck that my inner child made me do because, oh my gosh, this rabbit reminds me, all rabbits that look like this that are white remind me of The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, which is a book I read for the first time in 2nd grade. And I remember exactly where I read it and when and who my teacher was. And it was my favorite book growing up, besides The Tale of Despero. And I'm pretty sure they were written by the same author. But I digress. And I don't remember what I was saying. This, my inner child made me do because this style of artwork reminds me of all those books that I used to read as a child. And I used to be a very, very avid reader. So those books are like ingrained in me. Oh my gosh, are there more cards? After the World? Unease, Discovery, 10, Surprise, and Home. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. See guys, I haven't opened the deck. I don't know any of this. But yeah, so those decks that remind me of my childhood like that are super duper memorable for me. So that is why I chose the Heartwood Tarot as a deck that my inner child made me do. Oh, go back in. Alright. Prompt number 9 is Impulse made me do it. And I have 2 decks for this. Because those 2 decks are the Viola Lux Umbra and the Ophidia Rose Tarot. And the reason that these are my impulse decks are because I saw someone selling these 2 and the Oracle for $60 total, and 1 or 2 other decks that I already had. No, 1 deck I didn't have. One was an Oracle I didn't have. It was the Druidcraft Oracle, and the other one was Seasons of the Witch Yule, which I've been using for like just the cards as fun stuff. So these are the 2 decks. One is edged in gold and one is edged in bronze, as you can see. They're both floral based. They're both created by Layla and Olive. Yeah, the person selling these had these brand new. I'm pretty sure I had to take the wrapping off of them. Literally 5 decks for $60. sorry, there's a huge truck that just pulled out of our parking lot that's not big enough for a truck to fit in. And now they're backing up. This is so interesting. Anyway, back to the, oh my gosh, look at this world card. Anyway, oh, 8 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. These decks were being sold for super cheap, and I was like, I need these. I literally was like, I will meet you in 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure. And I remember she handed me the bag, and I was like, okay, thank you. And I was walking to my car, and I was like, is she gonna turn around and like ask me for more money? I was so scared. But no, and I love these decks. The lady who I bought them from was getting back into tarot and didn't think that these decks were working for her or would work for her as she got back into it. So those are my impulse decks, because I hadn't researched either of them, but I knew that they existed, and I saw them being sold, and I was like, that could be good. So that is the Ophidia Rose Tarot and the Viola Lux Umbra Tarot. And then my last deck the last prompt is anything else that made you do it. So the deck that I'm going to show for this prompt is a deck that Lily made me do, and Lily is my sister. This is the Catacorn Tarot, and I don't have it in a box because I had it in a bag by Arcana Bags on Etsy, and then I got a Krista bag the other day. I ordered it, the one with the little cat charms, and that is going to be perfect for this deck, and I'm so excited. So this deck does not have a bag right now, or it doesn't have a box. It's in this smiley face bag, because why not? So this is the Catacorn Tarot, and the story behind this is that I got this deck off of Amazon and then went to go see my sister, and she said, and my sister, I just bought her the Mystic Cat Tarot, which is also a mass market deck, and she loves it, and that was her first deck that she's really using. And she was like, that's so cute, can I have it? And I was like, yes. So I had to buy myself a second copy. So this is my second copy of the Catacorn Tarot. And this is the deck that Lily made me do. But look at these pentacles, they have little paws on them. And they're all unicorns. It's just so cute. They're catacorns. I'm sorry. It's adorable. It's a great deck. So that is prompt number 10. Lily made me do it. And on that note, I believe I've completed all of the challenges. And I will see you soon. Have a good one.